Hey, What the Suck family. As you may have noticed, we recently switched to Anchor for our podcast hosting needs.
That's right. We were using another site that had us paying $20 a month for services such as unlimited uploading, unlimited hosting, and distribution. Anchor will distribute your podcast to Apple Podcasts, Google, Spotify, and many more, and they do it all for free.
They make it super easy to create and start your podcast directly from their site. You can record and edit directly on the Anchor website or app directly from your phone.
It's your one-stop shop for everything you need to create your own show. They will even help you find sponsors to fund your project.
Just go to anchor.fm and get started today. There really is no easier way to do it.
Trick or treat, motherfuckers, and welcome to What the Suck Podcast Halloween Special 2019.
Welcome to the Suck!
I am Count James.
I am Count Chris, and welcome to the shittiest movie you'll ever see in your life. Not counting the movie we just saw in our finale. Go listen to that. It was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So, for the Halloween special, we wanted to do something a bit appropriate, something that, is a movie about Halloween. Well, maybe not about Halloween, but takes place on Halloween.
And yes, and it was actually very tactfully and perfectly timed. Suggested to us by our good friend Nikki.
Yep, she's our one of our listeners, and this is our first listener request.
As a matter of fact, if you hadn't seen it, scroll back on our social media and listen to her little review of it too.
Yes,
it is quaint and funny.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, check it out. It's very, very cool.
Thank you, girl. Appreciate you.
So we'll do other listener reviews later on. Again, just send us your requests, and we'll take a look at them. This one actually, it's not just doesn't take place on Halloween, but the name of the movie itself kind of encapsulates Halloween.
Yes. What we are doing today is 2005 American horror film Boo!
Boo, motherfucker, boo!
That's right. Just Boo.
You my boo.
Not to be confused with Boo 1932.
Or
Boo Medea Halloween.
Yeah.
Of course, when it does say Boo and it says Medea Halloween. But this is just
Boo.
Plain fucking Boo.
Plain old Boo. One single Boo. B-double-O, Boo. That's it.
And Nikki did warn us in advance that this would be an interesting piece of shit for certain.
I'm looking forward to it.
And she was looking forward to how we shred this motherfucker. So,
all right,
let's get to it. It is directed by Anthony C. Ferrante. Mm-hmm. See if I can, do good with the credits this time. Last time I had a ball.
So far, you're doing good.
Produced by David Allan, Sherry Bryant, Harmon Koslow, Brian Patrick O'Toole. Written by Anthony Ferrante.
Written and directed. That's never a good combo.
That's never a good combo. That means he couldn't get anybody else to put his shit together.
Yeah.
Starring Trish Corin, M. Stephen Felty.
Felty?
Gillian Van Over, Nicole Rayburn, Josh Holt, Michael Schmuck.
Sam Luck,
Schmuck, same difference. Rachel Melvin, that name sounds familiar. I almost said Familic again.
Don't be saying Familic again.
I don't know why. And I love this next one. Dig Wayne.
Dig Wayne, that's a cool name, man.
Dig Wayne, man.
You dig what I'm saying?
Dig Wayne.
Dig Wayne, I dig Wayne.
And then this last name, Happy Mahaney.
What the fuck? Is that a porn name?
I don't know.
Okay, hang on, pause. I gotta look this up real quick. Pause. I gotta see what the hell Happy Mahaney looks like.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a dude.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. 78. He's 1978. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry.
He was born in 78, and they called him, his name is Happy.
Yeah. What does Dig Wayne look like? Let's see. Dig Wayne. I dig Wayne. Hey, Wayne. Oh, yeah, he's a cool looking motherfucker. All right. Yeah.
Smooth pimp.
Yep. Born in 58. Yeah, he's cool.
All right. Well, music is by Allan Holworth
Nice.
and Carrie James.
Uh-huh.
Cinematography by Carl Bartels.
Uh-huh.
Edited by Chris Conley. Production company is Kiss My Ass Entertainment Group.
It's close enough. Close enough.
Kismet. You know, we don't want to diss them. We don't know what this movie's all about. Haven't seen it before. And Graveyard Filmworks. I like that.
Pretty appropriate.
I do like that. Release date of May 13th, 2005 at the Cannes Film Festival. And I think it had a re-release in 2014, if I read Wiki correctly. I'm not exactly sure.
No, I don't know. Then again...
Because I saw 2014 on here somewhere. Maybe it was on...
you know what it was? That's what it lists as the date on Amazon Prime's.
It sure does. Yeah, that's where it is.
I don't know why it says that.
Who knows? Nothing's ever matched up. It's all a bunch of bullshit.
No, and it's not a theatrical release, so it's not going to have like an official, like actual date it came out in theaters. So
no, where is the budget on this bad boy?
I don't think they have talked about it.
They didn't list
the budget. No,
Oh fuck. Okay,
that's never a good sign.
That's never a good sign either. I mean, they spent about $35.
35 and change,
and that was including the donuts.
That's right.
All right, so now let's go over the synopsis, and it's brief and to the point. There are rumors that a long shut down and neglected hospital, I love it already, is haunted by the inhabitants that died there in a fire. Yorktown.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. 4 college students are about to discover that the myths might just be true.
That the mist? Or the
Did
mist?
I say mist?
I think you said mist.
Fuck.
That's all right. We'll leave it like it is. So, shut down neglected hospital. We've been to a few of those, James.
We have been to a few of those.
Which ones have we been to again?
We have been to Yorktown Hospital in Yorktown, Texas. We have been to the old South Pittsburgh Hospital.
That's right.
In Tennessee.
That's right. Yeah.
And we've also done the
Yoakum?
The old Yoakum Hospital. Yes. And we've done Waverly Hills Sanitarium.
That's right.
That is a hospital.
Haunted places.
That is one big motherfucking hospital, but it's
definitely long
worth the trip. It was worth the trip.
Yeah. Nice. All right. Well.
All right. Our glorious rating system is a fantastically constructed 5-turd pyramid.
Yes, it is.
So, what we do is we use shit emojis to rate our movies. If you listened before, you guys know how it works.
Yep.
If it's 1 out of 5 turds, that's one you're going to keep in your queue, share it with your friends frequently, and it's so bad it's good. So, as you can tell, the less turds, the better it is.
Yes. It's a reverse scale.
Yes, it is. 2 out of 5 turds, you're going to watch it with your friends and play a drinking game or some other kind of activity to enhance the experience. Then we have the middle of the road, 3 out of 5 shits. Watch it with your friends, drink extraordinarily heavy.
Oh, yeah.
That definitely helps. These are the ones you're going to need a little painkiller. They're not too god-awful, but yeah, you need some booze to push it over.
Yeah, you're getting there, though.
And then we have a 4 out of 5 turds, starting to get to be a slippery slope here. It's getting pretty messy. That's one you want to share it once with your friends. Share it with friends you don't like, the in-laws, you never know. People you want to run off, it's getting late and you're sick of people and you want to get them the fuck out of your house. Put this one on. It's bad enough to run them off.
They'll be gone.
And then the creme de la creme, the king, the what is it? The
Pico de la Mater.
The Fica de la Mater, the top of the shit heap. These are the 5 out of 5. You're going to bring this one on special occasions. So bad, it's bad. I don't even know what kind of special occasions you would bring it out on, but it'd have to be something seriously fucked up.
Maybe your wedding night.
Now, when you're done with this one, you're going to want to remove it from your memory with some kind of mind-altering substance, or my favorite, the blunt force trauma.
The old bat to the forehead.
That's right. Negan that motherfucker.
That's right.
I mean, hit yourself if you have to. I don't, But, yeah, that's where it stands, so...
Well, let's so before we get into the review, I just gotta say Halloween is one of my favorite times of the year.
It's absolutely my favorite holiday.
Is it your favorite?
I am sorry to say, but it is.
Top favorite.
Christmas is a very close second, but Halloween to me has always kicked ass. When I was a kid, I loved it.
Okay.
Of course, back in the day, people weren't pussies. They didn't shut their fucking lights off at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
To run the kids off and stuff. They didn't start trick-or-treating at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We waited till it was fucking dark. We got on our bikes. We hit 3 fucking subdivisions, and we came back with 2 pillowcases worth of shit each. And then we would sit up all night sorting our candy, eating junk food.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my mom would make snacks and stuff. I'd have all my friends over. And we'd have these 5 or 6 giant piles of candy in the living room. Everybody's going through, you trading and shit.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
we
yeah.
watch fucking horror movies all night. We watch, classics. Shit you'll never hear on this show.
No.
Phantasm.
Yep.
The
Great
original
movie.
the original Halloween.
Great movie.
Yeah, I mean, you name it. Just good old shit. The old Friday the 13th, the first one.
Uh-huh.
You know, stuff like that. I mean, I was a little bit older when those came out, but they were still fantastic. I mean, I trick-or-treated till I was 12, 13 years old.
Oh my gosh.
You know, at least until I got to, I was looking around and everybody was like 2 feet shorter than me, then I stopped. But
I trick or treated till I was about 25.
I would still do it.
I was 23 years old. The girl I was dating at the time, we went trick or treating, and I was dressed as a cow.
Fantastic.
I had udders and everything. 25 years old.
Good.
No shame whatsoever.
There's no need to be.
No shame.
Now, like I said, because what it is, I changed gears because I got to the point where I love trick or treating. I like taking my kids trick or treating. My boys used to mop up. I take them all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to the point to where once they got older, I loved setting up my house.
Yeah.
I'm in between right now. I'm in a townhouse right now.
Yeah.
But when I get my place again, I'm probably going to do hay rides because I'm buying land. I'm probably going to do like a haunted hay ride or something.
That's awesome.
And stuff like that because it's going to be kick ass. But I used to, it was fucking magical to me.
Yeah.
I would literally walk around when I was done trick-or-treating.
Uh-huh.
And me and my friends, once it got to be about 3 or 4 in the morning, we'd watched a couple of movies. And we sorted our candy and put it in our bags and packed up. Bedrolls would be on the bed. We'd sneak out of the fucking house and we'd take wagons around the neighborhood and jack all the jack-o'-lanterns.
Yes.
I used to love that. And then we'd go set them up in the backyard and we'd light them all and sit there and look at them.
So
I know that's kind of a weird thing, but
no,
it was
that's cool.
It was like magical to me as a kid.
Reminds me of that scene from Trick or Treat. I don't know if you saw the movie, but speaking of which, what would you say are your top 3 favorite Halloween movies? Not Halloween that's a franchise per se, but movies that you watch in October every year because your top 3 favorite movies to watch during the Halloween season.
Well, it's cliche, but John Carpenter's Halloween is absolutely one of my favorites.
Is that number 1, number 2, number 3?
I would put Halloween number 1 as my number 2.
All right.
I mean, I'm a little out of order here. My number 1 movie was fucking Phantasm.
Phantasm, okay.
Jesus, I don't know what it was about that movie, but that little silver ball and the tall man.
That shit's cool.
Freaked my ass out.
Yeah.
Third one was kind of a mixture of things. I would say Friday the 13th, probably.
Okay.
It wasn't so Halloweenish, more than it was just general horror.
Yeah, yeah.
But I also loved Halloween 3.
Okay.
Halloween 2 was good, too, but Halloween 3, The Season of the Witch. Total shift of gears. It was trippy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what else?
So, okay, so like this October,
Uh-huh.
what 3 movies do you have to make sure you watch? That you want to watch?
Well, first of all, I'm going to watch my all-time favorite horror movie.
Which is?
I always watch Christine.
Christine, okay. All right.
Yeah, that's not Halloween per se.
But it's scary, though.
It's a scary movie.
Yeah.
Well, I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, smart-ass teenagers getting waxed by a fucking possessed car. You just can't ask for better than that.
Yeah.
And I'll probably watch The Car.
Okay.
I definitely will probably watch the Halloween, and I'll probably put on Phantasm.
Nice.
Nice. I've got those movies, so I'll always watch them because it brings back the memories to me.
Yeah.
And I miss, my boys are all grown now, and I miss watching them come home and do the same thing that I did because I would let them sit up all night and watch horror movies.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what we did, too.
And go through their candy and shit. And,
yeah. Oh, yeah, of course.
Parents get 10% for gas,
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Say, you don't need that Snickers, motherfucker. Give it up.
But parents also get whatever the hell they want once the kids go to sleep. They
son, what is that over there?
All the candy they want when the kids go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. How about you, Chris? What are your favorites?
Oh, man. The Exorcist, of course, is one of my favorites. I love the original Howling. I love American Werewolf in London. I love...
all fantastic.
Yeah, I love Phantasm, of course. That's a great series. Halloween, the first one. I actually prefer Halloween 3 over Halloween 2.
Yeah.
So it'd be Halloween, the first one, then Halloween 3 for me.
Sweet.
I also love the movie Trick or Treat that came out a few years ago. Is one of my favorites. Tucker and Dale versus Evil is something I watch every October.
I could watch that movie any time of the year.
It's a fantastic movie. But this Halloween, I'll definitely be watching Trick or Treat because it is Halloween themed.
Yep.
Be watching the first Halloween.
Cool.
And then for the other one I'll watch, of course, is Evil Dead 2.
I'll swallow your soul.
Swallow this.
Because
I was just gonna say,
I
know
love
what,
the Evil Dead series.
The Evil Dead is pretty damn trippy.
Yeah,
you know, it's
Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, and the Evil Dead TV series.
There's just so much out
amazing.
there.
Yeah,
but the reason, like I said, for me, it's nostalgia.
Yeah.
When I watch those movies, that brings back the nostalgia for me, the phantasm and all that stuff. See, Christine was later on; it was early '80s. I wasn't really trick or treating in the '80s anymore. It was all '70s. So those old 3 movies were the ones I would watch and scare the living bejeebers out of myself.
Oh yeah, they're great movies. Great movies. And so, speaking of candy, you spoke of candy earlier, and checking your kids' candy. That is an old thing that was or people. They say it's been around forever.
Yes.
You know, it's just known. You come in and you check for the razor blades and the chocolate.
Well, you know, they had that in Halloween 3.
Right.
That's what was very cool. A kid come in and had that razor blade all the way through between his front teeth up to his lip,
right,
up to his nose.
Yeah.
I mean, that was gory as fuck, but, you know.
I mean, and that Halloween came out in 1982.
Yeah.
But that actually drew inspiration from a real case.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, because I did hear about that a lot of times, and they talk about needles. They'd put needles and stuff. They'd put Drano in the pixie sticks.
Now, a lot of that stuff is, of course, just urban legend.
Yes.
To scare kids into.
So don't, if you're hearing this, don't freak out and take your kids' candy away.
No. But, I mean, parents always hear about this stuff all the time, though.
Yep.
But that was actually, it was actually based on a real case that happened in 1974.
Ooh.
So before Halloween 3, of course.
I was 7.
Yeah. So it happened in Huntsville, Texas. And
naturally, why the fuck they gonna make Texas look bad? You sorry motherfucker.
A man by the name of Ronald Clark O'Brien, who was later nicknamed the man who killed Halloween.
Ronald Clark, you fucking bastard.
In 1974, his kids went out trick-or-treating, and when they came home, they began eating their candy. They just started eating some pixie sticks when his son...
That's right.
You remember that?
Yep.
Yeah. When his son suddenly took ill, and hold on. Let's see. Okay, so here's the story from Wikipedia, which I know is not always true, but this is pretty much how it went. So, after visiting a home where the occupant failed to answer the door, the children grew impatient and ran ahead to the next home while O'Brien stayed behind. He eventually caught up with the group and produced 5 21-inch pixie sticks, which he would later claim were given to him from an occupant of the house that had not answered the door. At the end of the evening, O'Brien gave each of his neighbors' 2 children a pixie stick and one each to Tommy and Elizabeth, his kids. Upon returning home, O'Brien gave the 5th pixie stick to a 10-year-old boy who he recognized from his church. Before bed, his son asked to eat some of the candy he collected and chose the pixie stick. Tommy had trouble getting the powdered candy out of the straw, so the dad helped him loosen the powder. After tasting the candy, he complained that it tasted bitter. O'Brien then gave his son some Kool-Aid to wash the taste away. He then immediately began to complain that his stomach hurt and ran to the bathroom, where he began vomiting and convulsing. The father later claimed he held Tommy while he was vomiting, and the child went limp in his arms. The kid died en route to the hospital less than an hour after consuming the candy.
Yep.
Then it was later determined that the father had actually laced the pixie sticks with potassium cyanide.
Oh, God, yeah. I remember that, yep.
And he had done it in order to claim life insurance money on his son in order to ease his own financial troubles, as he was $100,000 in debt.
Burn in hell, you motherfucker.
Yes. And so because of that started the actual legitimate Halloween candy scare, all because he killed his... Thankfully,
I do remember kind of vaguely hearing about that, and there was that led to a whole shitload of Halloween candy urban legends.
Yep.
And some people actually would act on these things, and they have found razor blades and apples.
This motherfucker was so psychotic that he laced other ones and gave them to other kids in order to help cover up the fact that he was
killed
the one
his own
that
kid.
laced it. Yep. So he was willing to kill 4 other kids just to cover up the fact that he killed his son.
See, and that's a shame. He was executed by lethal injection when they should have opened his maw and poured down a whole bunch of Drano and let him basically melt to death.
They should have made him eat the candy.
See, because then I start getting pissed off because people like that just deserve to suffer.
Yeah,
and die, but suffer first.
Yeah, I agree.
Fucker.
Yeah, so all right, I just want to give a little bit of Halloween history.
Yeah. Now parents use that as extortion. I need to check your candy before you take it in your room. Dump it out here on the carpet. You're in a community of 1,000 people. Everybody knows everybody. It's a loving community. Yeah, let's check the candy here. Oh, these Snickers.
They should.
Absolutely. You always want to check and make sure it hasn't been tampered with.
Exactly.
Safety
tip.
tip.
Not shit all kinds in there. Yeah.
But you can say, hey, there's a little dirt on this Snickers bar here. You can't have this one, son. That's dirty. You can't be eating dirty candy. Yeah. And then you're in the room snarfing on that shit later, and the little boy comes in and catches you eating the Snickers. But
you sound like you got some experience there, James.
Me?
Yeah, you. You had that ready to go.
Daddy, I thought you said that was dirty.
Well, Daddy eats dirty things, so I'm
I like
okay.
dirt. I said I was in the Army. I ate dirt.
And with that,
I ate dirt every day, and I liked it.
And with that,
I didn't complain.
What do you say we get to the review?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Happy Halloween, fuckers.
Happy Halloween, bitches.
Yo.
You ready for us yet?
Yeah, I got some juice going and a few things rigged. This is gonna scare the piss out of them. This place is pretty creepy all on its own.
Okay, girls, you can open your eyes.
No, I'm not going in there.
Come on, Jessie. Show me a little Halloween spirit. Welcome to Santa Mira Hospital.
That's good.
Why would we go explore a fake haunted house when we can come here and explore the real thing? Whoa.
I'm not getting in there. Did you hear that?
I heard that.
Come on out. None of this is funny.
I'm not joking around.
Some buildings don't have a 13th floor. This place shouldn't have had a third.
The doors are locked, the windows are all barred. We're stuck. Oh my god.
Hey guys, we just went down 2 flights of stairs, right?
Yeah.
How come we're still on the 3rd floor?
You know all the stories about this place.
The 3rd floor where they kept all the nut jobs. There was a fire a long time ago.
No one got out.
What's happening?
This place is haunted.
Hello?
I don't believe in ghosts.
Don't worry. You will. Ever do it on a gurney?
Please get me out of here! This just keeps getting better and better.
Not crazy, not crazy, not crazy.
You're dripping.
I know. I told you this place was haunted.
You don't have a ghost of a chance.
You just got to get it out. It's like, I'm really trying I'm serious, dude. I was dozing. Did you see me?
No, I didn't see you. I was busy trying to figure out what the fuck was going on the
I
screen.
literally missed 10, 15 minutes of the last half because of, in sections. Because I was sitting there going. and I was like, mother. I'm glad I don't have to work till 10 tomorrow.
Oh, I know.
I don't have to get up till like 8 and leave the house by 9.
All right, you ready? Let's do this shit.
Almost. It's like this.
Ugh. All right, well, hang on. All right, whenever you're ready, man, go ahead.
Is it rolling?
We rolling.
You got all that shit on there?
Got all that shit on there.
Fantastic. Okay, Nikki. What the fuck were you thinking? Well, obviously you were thinking because you picked a real gem, sweetheart. This movie, Jesus. I damn near had to stick my head inside my fucking drink to stay awake. Son of a bitch. Let's go ahead and get started here. From the get-go, the photography's good and the setup is good, but it does have that typical Halloween-style movie feel to it, which in a lot of cases is good. It's nostalgic. I get it. But you're sitting here, you know, you got the camera on a bunch of pumpkins and a patch and all this shit. And you're like, okay, I can dig it. And then it opens up with a fucking teenager carving a fucking pumpkin.
Which is typical for Halloween.
Which is done. I'm just like, come on, man. Another one?
It is Halloween. It is a Halloween movie, so.
True that. I guess,
be...
you know, they got to stick to it. And she's cutting the eyes fucking upside down in the pumpkin so she can kiss my ass.
Okay.
And let me ask one question, Chris.
All right, what's that, man?
I'm curious.
What's that?
Why are kids trick-or-treating at what it looks like about 2 o'clock in the afternoon?
I don't know. They started doing that a long time ago.
I guess it goes back to what I was saying in our intro before we started the review, you know, about how they've just completely flipped Halloween. Everything ends at like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock max.
Yeah.
It's just they've taken a lot of fun out of trick-or-treating.
Well, it's because that's because people are horrible, and there's a lot more people out there that are looking to hurt kids, and so they have to make it safer because people are fucking assholes.
Yeah, but I'm beginning to think, though, you know, like I said, she's doing this. I'm beginning to think it's like some kind of federal law or something that you must carve a fucking pumpkin at the beginning of every fucking Halloween-themed movie.
Yeah, otherwise it's not Halloween.
I guess not. So I'll take it. Then we have the opening scene.
Uh-huh.
You know, after she's done, she gets a knock on the door. There's some child at the door by herself.
Yep.
Not even with friends.
In a shitty fucking costume.
And there's no fucking parents. And this apparently some dill rod, which is typical, has snuck into the fucking house.
Yeah.
And is behind her in a creepy-ass outfit. And I think the little girl, you saw, the little girl actually peeks around her and sees him. And he's like, oh, shit. And he jumps aside. And it's almost like, are we going to get a spoof movie?
Yeah.
Like, what was it? Scary Movie?
Scary Movie, yeah.
With the fake, you know, the scary face guy or boo face or whatever they call it, ghost face killer.
Yeah, they have that whole scene where it's a ripoff of Scream where she answers the phone and somebody's like on the phone saying some shit or something. But yeah, it's a ripoff of Scream at the beginning.
Yeah, and then while they're doing their shit, he attacks her.
Uh-huh.
She backs into him. He attacks her, cuts her, what looks like cuts her throat. And you're
right.
Like, really? Already? But it turns out to be a dumbass, you know, playing a prank.
Yep.
And she fucking kumites his fucking ass to the ground, kablam, slams him, and then jumps on top of him like a howl.
I think it's her boyfriend, I think.
I believe so.
Yeah.
The blonde dildo.
The blonde fucking douchebag, yeah.
Fucking dickhead.
And then after that, we are greeted by the
title.
shitty title card that comes up with the glittery fucking like letter.
No worry, it'll be on the post. You'll be able to see it because I'll probably use that for the actual post.
Yeah, it's fucking it says boo, but it's all glittery and fucking not at all fitting with the theme of the movie at all. But you also get the first glimpse of our hospital, which is called the something Mira Hospital.
Santa
Mira.
Santa Mira.
Yeah. Which actually they filmed it at a real life haunted hospital called the Linda Vista Hospital, which is in California.
And you said earlier that actually, when we were discussing it, it had actually been on a few episodes of
been on different
TV shows.
Different ghost hunting shows have gone to it, so it's actual active haunted location that they filmed at, which is the only good thing going for this movie.
Yep, so far. And then after I didn't say it. I'm proud of myself. I've been working real hard.
Nice. Keep going.
The A word.
Yeah.
Well, we start out with after we get the credits, we get Dickhead number 1. I don't even know what his fucking name is.
Just call him Dickhead number 1. The Dickhead. Everybody in the movie is a dickhead, so we'll go by number. So Dickhead number 1.
Dickhead number 1. We have him breaking into the hospital
with his dog.
With a dog. You know, leave the fucking dog alone.
There's no reason to take your dog. No. I get you don't have any friends, but don't bring your dog with you.
Don't bring the fucking dog. He can't do this. Well, anyway, he's going in there to set shit up.
Yeah, he's
Mr. Prankster. He's going to go in there. He turns on the juice and everything, and I guess the friends know they're supposed to meet there later to explore or whatever. It doesn't really explain that.
Doesn't explain anything, really.
And it's total shit. And then it clicks to another scene where we get Superfly.
Introduction to Mr. Badass himself, Dynamite Jones.
Dynamite Jones. And at this point in the interview, they show this damn TV show, and I think for the rest of this episode, I'm gonna call myself Count Pimpula.
Count Pimpula, that's right.
Pimp.
Arlo Ray Baines is Dynamite Jones. Dynamite Jones. He's like the Blade before Blade, apparently, because his character.
We'll call him Spork.
Yeah,
like you said, Spork,
because his character goes off fighting monsters and shit, apparently, and he's a cop now, but back then he was a black exploitation movie star.
I guess that's what they call it. Yep.
Dynamite Jones.
Yep. And to this point in the movie, you've seen this movie 1,000 times. If you've seen one typical Halloween or horror movie related to Halloween, you've seen it all up to this point.
Yeah.
They're running the vanilla Halloween playbook, you know.
I think you're going to say Vanilla Ice.
it's nuts. And I'm like, okay, come on. Let's do something different. So they get back in the hospital, and the guy's setting up a bunch of shit again. They get back to him. Setting traps, running fish line to scare his friends and stuff. He's setting up the haunted house for them so they can go and have fun and stuff. And you keep hearing noises and stuff. And they commit the cardinal sin.
Which is?
They kill the dog.
Yep. You never ever.
Okay. At this point, I hated this fucking movie. I said, I do not like when they kill the dog. I don't care if you slaughter every human on the cast. Don't kill the dog.
Yep. You never kill a dog.
All right. And then we have the 4 morons, which includes the 2 from the beginning scene.
So Dickhead 2, Dickhead 3.
Dickhead 2, Dickhead 3, Bitch 1, Bitch 2.
And then, because what's his face is Dynamite Jones is not Dickhead because he's too super fly.
So that's what we just call him. We just call him Fred Dryer from this point.
Fred Dryer. Wait, hold on. Well, Fred Dryer's a white guy, dude.
No, that's Fred. No, that was the other guy.
What do you mean?
Wait a minute. This will be an edit job.
Fred Dryer was a white guy, right? I spelt it, but whatever. Fred Dryer, right?
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Damn it.
Who the fuck you talking about, man?
Who was the... God. There was another Fred.
Okay.
Fred Dryer. He was from the fucking movie, Death Before Dishonor, and he had a TV show and shit.
So
never mind. Hunter. Yeah. Why the hell did I come up with his name?
I don't know. I was thinking about it earlier. I was like, what the fuck you mean Fred Dryer?
Okay, total hack job.
Okay.
Okay, well, anyway, we'll call him, we'll just call him Pimp Daddy.
Let's just call him Spork.
Spork.
That's what he
there
is.
You go. We'll call him Spork. Well, anyway, Dickhead 1 and 2 and Bitch 1 and 2. I'll just call them the 4 morons. Break into the hospital where Peckerwood number 1 has already cashed in. He's been taken out.
Unfortunately, the dog has 2, unfortunately.
The dog has 2. Yeah, they killed the dog, but at least they killed the human too. Yes. Or at least so you think.
So you think anyway, yeah.
And these 4 motherfuckers they're like a dumbed down version of the Scooby Gang.
Oh my God. That's
you got the blonde idiot, the twitchy fucking hippie dude.
Yeah, so the blonde girl is the Velma because she's a smart one, and the brunette is she's the Daphne because she's a slut.
She's a hoe.
Yeah, and then you've got
because Daphne was a hoe.
Oh yeah, she's a big hoe.
She'd be working Fred's nuts.
Oh yeah, everybody.
Yeah,
even Shaggy's. Yeah, so there's also some sort of subplot where Spork has a friend that he knows or some kid that he knows from somewhere, and the kid asks him to look for his sister because his sister and some friends went into the hospital and they haven't come out.
Oh, yeah, Kato Kalin.
There you go, Kato Kalin.
That's right,
yeah.
he shows up.
Yeah. And Fred was, or Spork is like, nah, I'm I'm not gonna go check it out. I'm going home. Look, Honky, you on your own.
That's right.
And so, so Kalen decides to go and check it out because he's looking for his sister. And so then you have Peckerwood #1, who is at the hospital, and he's setting shit up, and he goes to the 3rd floor, and he comes across like some shit, a bear or something, and while he's there, like he disappears. You don't see him again, and then you get the 4 douchebags enter the hospital.
Yep.
But before you do that, the blonde has some sort of a vision, a real quick vision of somebody throwing keys out the window, and that's all you get. And then so they're inside, and you get the first, I guess, jump scare, I guess you call it.
Yeah.
Where.
And then again, you got to think about it. This is 2005. Jump scare was all the rage.
It's still all the rage.
14 years ago.
And so they're in there.
It's just not as effective today. That's what it is. People have come to expect it. So
it's still pretty effective. You got shitty movies being released that people like because people are simple and
see, the thing is, the jump scares need to be more intense, and they need to be timed differently. And they always do it at the same kind of trigger points, and I hate that.
Yeah, it's way too predictable all the damn time.
Yep.
And so one of the guys hangs back while the other 3 walk forward, and then he disappears, and you get this sort of kind of half-assed jump scare where they are going from room to room looking for him. And they stop in one room, and the Daphne hoe turns around, and all of a sudden, from behind her, this big-ass clown appears.
Fucking clown.
Scares the fuck out of the other 2, and it turns out to be the dickhead who lagged behind for a fucking quick scare.
I found costumes, man.
Yeah, he finds costumes. Whoop-de-fucking-do, it's Halloween.
Why?
Yeah. I mean,
why would you want to go in a hospital? Because there's it's not like they are setting this up for the public. They are sneaking in this place.
Yeah, they broke into it,
and their friend broke in ahead of them, I guess, to set up all these fucking booby traps and shit.
Then you get the scene where Kalen comes across the remains of the dog.
I love it.
And the poor dog has been skinned. And you see it all.
He looks like the failed fly experiment. Yeah, he looks almost inside out-ish.
He's in there in the basement, and the Kalen comes across him. And while he's sitting there looking at him, you get this horrible, horrible ghost scene where he's looking at him. There's a wall right behind where the dog is at, and the ghost sort of floats in, but it looks like it's badly photoshopped in. And
it looks like the shadow from the windows of, if you ever watched Home Alone and seen the silhouetted things he had on the train tracks just going in front of the windows, stiff, no movement. Just
the first part of it actually looks like one of those ghosts from the Ghost app they had on the phone, where you can insert a ghost into any picture by selecting it. That's what it looks like. And,
okay.
And it's not the same sort of texture tone as the rest of the film, and so it sticks out.
He probably shot this motherfucker with a cell phone.
I wouldn't doubt it. And then the dog's skin comes to life.
Starts to bubble.
Or the dog carcass comes to life.
He starts to bubble, but what it looks like is from the ground. If you're looking at it, looks like somebody's snaking their arm up the innards of the dog, as if like they're putting a puppet on their hands.
That's exactly. I think that's what it was, because it was a.
It's like the old school puppets though, like Grover. You used to get Grover in the side, and that thing would go all the way down your fucking arm,
right up the asshole.
Yep.
So then the dog comes alive, and he shoots it, because Kato Killen has a gun, and he shoots it, and the dog explodes.
Yep.
And that's your first indication that
explodes, and you get MIB entrails all over the wall,
which is so dumb, because that's how the rest of the ghosts in this movie are killed.
Yes,
they get shot and they explode. Ghosts don't. I know this is a fictional film; it's not based on anything real. But the fact that they kill the ghost by shooting them and they explode like the vampires from Blade. So fucking stupid.
Yes. Uber lame.
Yes. And anyway, so then now I'm doing the anyways.
That's okay, as long as it's not me.
Yeah. So he heads the hell out, and then you get the other 4 douchebags. Oh no, I'm sorry. He ends up getting scared by the ghost girl who's in there for some reason, and ends up on the 3rd floor.
Which you will notice if you watch this movie, this is, everybody ends up on the third fucking
Yes,
floor.
so the third floor is where all the shit goes down. And he finds part of an ID for, I guess, his girlfriend or something. I don't know what the fuck it was, but he finds it, and he realizes that they were on the third floor. Meanwhile, the Scooby Fuck gang end up on the third floor as well. And so,
Scooby Doosh.
Yeah, so while they're on the third floor, nothing happens. Absolutely nothing happens.
Nothing.
Then it cuts back to Kato, who comes across his sister, who finds her in a room. And she stabs the shit out of him to make sure that he's not a ghost. And like stabs his hand and like, let me see, you got blood? Oh, you're not one of them. Yeah. The fuck you talking about, bitch? But she looked like she's cracked out, by the way.
Which at this point, yeah, with the ghosts that we've seen so far, there've been some, little girls popping out and then their eyes glow and shit. Mm-hmm. So basically, if you take fuck. Okay.
Sorry, go on.
If you analyze it further, you will know.
Oh my gosh, go on.
No, I'm just kidding. It's basically a ripoff of Village of the Damned, Evil Dead, The Thing, Halloween, and a Tidy Bowl commercial.
So pretty much,
because it's just if you can think of a horror genre movie, a classic movie of any kind.
Yeah,
they've
stolen from it.
Sampled it. This is like a shitty horror rap.
Sampler tape.
They've been sampling everybody's bass lines and shit.
They've taken good movies, parts of good movies, and they made those parts absolutely horrible.
Without
not improving them at all.
They float on the premise without actually,
yeah.
Ouch.
So then we get a scene where you start to not realize, but I guess you're shown that the Velma lady has like some sort of like connection to the place or something, because she comes across a scene of her mom who looks like she's been burned horribly in a hospital bed, and then she turns around and sees one of the other guys who was there coming towards her, and he starts bleeding from his head, but then she wakes up and that scene serves no purpose.
Yeah, slightly less masculine Michael Paré type of guy.
Yeah.
If I had to describe what he looks like.
Yeah. And so then you get the scene where the slut, the Daphne girl, ends up conning the blonde's girlfriend into having sex off screen. By the way, may I add?
Off screen.
Yeah.
See, here's another failing. See, if this was a real good Halloween movie, you would at least get one gratuitous sex scene.
That's right, just one booby shot.
See, sex and boobs, man.
Yeah.
Sex, boobs, and knives, blood, gore, guts. It all kind of goes together.
So it really does. Yeah, it's supposed
does.
to.
I mean, it's supposed to. That's what you come to expect from horror movies these days. It's like you got to have something to keep the interest, especially when it's a colossal shit pile like we are witnessing here.
And so while those two fuck faces are over there fucking, you get the blonde and then the wiener loser guy, the Michael Paré looking motherfucker. They hear a noise, like a banging, and they head towards it, and they get there, and they find Peckerwood from earlier hiding in the locker room.
Yeah, cowering in a corner.
They
found out, hey, he ain't dead. Hey, whatever.
He tells them that the place is really haunted and that they killed his dog and that he's trying to find a way out, but he can't. And they all head back towards the main part of the floor, and while they're there, they see the clown costume. No, I take it back. Actually, they all don't head at the same time. The two fuckers are done fucking.
Mm-hmm.
They head to the main part of the floor. They find the clown costume on somebody. They think it's their friend who had it on earlier.
Yep.
But right as they're talking to it, their friends show up behind them, and then they turn around and look and see that the clown costume's actually floating in the air. All of a sudden, maggots and shit start coming.
Yeah, it starts
leg
doing
holes.
a poltergeist meat pushing out of the steak kind of scene. Maggots and guts and shit.
So the mask of this clown costume is it's just like a plastic mask with like a painted on face, and it's got a goofy clown look. But when when they realize there's nobody in it and all this shit starts coming out of it, like the blood and all other shit, it starts to lift up in the air. And when it does, there's a cutaway and a cut back. And when it cuts back, the mask has changed, and there's
this evil jagged tooth
smile on it.
And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake!
I'm like, are you fucking you seriously went that way with the fucking mask?
Of course they did.
And then a second later, when So while that's happening, the parade-looking dude is trying to open up this door that's been boarded up, and
the way he panics, he's like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, and he pulls on one of the handles, and the handle breaks in half, and so it's sticking out. And the ghost clown rushes
his ass. That's right.
Pushes him into the piece of handle that's sticking
hits
out.
Hits him like JJ fucking what?
And then falls down. And when it falls down, the mask is back to normal. So there's really no reason to have had that mask change shape at all.
But then Shaggy has managed to be impaled slightly.
Yeah.
And he's walking around like, oh, my kidney.
And so then we then we come across then we get this scene that makes just no fucking sense whatsoever.
Well, this is where like the quote unquote Evil Dead part kind of.
This is about halfway through, and like this is where it just completely falls off the rails.
Yeah.
So the Peckerwood one that they found, all of a sudden starts like melting, like his hand starts melting.
Yep.
And then his face starts to droop, and he starts to melt, and he's apparently a ghost or something, and
he's possessed by something. He's like a part spirit, part of whoever.
Yeah, and there's a scene where they hit him in the head with a fucking pipe, and the pipe goes into his head and stuck there like a bad gag hat or something.
Exactly, it's fucking stupid.
And his eyes are glowing green, and he's saying some nonsense about them never leaving or something. But then they shoot him. And he explodes. And that's where I was like, okay, I am fucking checked out.
We were done.
I was checked out of this motherfucker.
We were done. So we were on cruise control at this point. We're only halfway through the movie.
Yeah, only halfway.
Because here's what's happening. You are having scene after scene of the exact same stuff.
Yeah. There's no progression whatsoever.
Dialogue sucks.
The effects are shitty.
Yeah.
I don't care about any of the kids.
The actual blood itself actually looks like blood, but the way it is presented, the way it's done, the gut splatters, the ghost explosions.
I have never wanted a group of white people to die so much faster than I have with this movie.
Yes.
Just all of them, just dead. Just blow up the fucking hospital, call it the end of the movie, please. The end. Yes. Done. Fucking done. So then of course, Shaggy douche dickhead number 2 or whatever starts freaking the fuck out. They're all completely useless characters, but he's the most useless. And he steals the gun from Kato Kaelin, which they run into. And so when the ghost exploded, it got all over the slut girl. All over the slut girl.
All over Daphne.
She's sitting on the floor, freaking out.
She's freaking out. She's
trying to get it
sticky.
off.
She's like, ugh.
And so anyway, after he takes the gun, the girl stands up. I guess you could
call it a horror money shot.
Yeah,
she did take it in the face.
She got all over actually. And he sees her covered in that shit, and he thinks that she's one of them. So then he plow.
She's sitting there talking plain English. She hasn't done anything, and caps her ass
right in the middle of the forehead. One shot, one kill.
He was 10 minutes ago. He was banging her. Now he put a hole in her fucking head.
Well, now he's got a 4th hole he can go after.
I guess so.
So then they managed to wrestle the gun away from him, and they put their friend in a wheelchair, and they're heading towards the elevator to put her in the elevator to go down. I guess they're going to wheel her out of the hospital, I guess. I mean,
I don't know, but I guess so.
And they end up getting stuck in the elevator, and
again,
yes, and they end up on a different floor from the other guys, and
again,
there's this whole stupid scene where like they're in the elevator and they're getting. I can't. I just can't. No, it's just none of this shit makes any sense at all.
And it does. It jumps around
so much.
It loses it. It kind of had a story going there for a while, and then it just skewed and has become a colostomy bag full of little mini scenes that are uncoordinated.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't seem like there's any direction at this point. Like I said, I think the director either checked out, quit, or he was high.
He was on his phone the whole time.
Or he was in his trailer getting blown. I mean, I have no fucking idea.
I mean, I have never yelled, "What is going on?" so many times in a movie before.
Yeah, I literally, what the fuck? I mean, about 4 or 5 times at least. I'm like, oh, come on, really?
I cannot follow this shit. So long story short, it turns out that the ghosts, there's some dude who wanted to get out, and he was in the insane asylum. He wanted to get out. He burned a little girl that was in there. Why the little girl was in there? I don't fucking know. Why she was on the same ward as a guy, I don't know. But he burned a little girl.
Well, he was basically like, if like go to the movie Frighteners,
Yeah.
And what was that? The evil guy's name?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
but you know what I mean. The evil spirit guy.
Yeah.
Well, apparently this guy is that character.
Yeah.
And it turns out the older lady who was burning in the bed, the mother type. I don't know if that was the nurse or not.
That was the mother, but the nurse, because nurse didn't burn.
That's right.
She kept him in there, and so
Psycho Boy is in there, and Ghost of the Nurse is in there, keeping him locked up. That's basically her job.
He needs to enter a body, possess a body, in order to get out, and he wants to get out. And this whole time, he's keeping these people. He's doing a really shitty job of trying to possess these people.
And the projected apparitions are horrible.
Yeah.
Every time he shows up, he looks like a cheap old 8mm projector, black and white.
It looks worse than that, actually. I mean, it looks bad. Like
projected onto a screen door.
Like Photoshop 1 type of a fucking special effects. Anyway, you see, so Blonde gets these flashbacks of, like, I guess trying to tell the story of what the ghost was and why he wants out, but it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well, you know what makes me mad? Even if they acted this movie well, even if it was done well, even if the effects were done well, this movie from beginning to end was a complete fucking ripoff. It was nothing but a bunch of paper doll shit.
Yeah.
Clip out of this, clip out of that, clip out of that. And they put slight little twists on it. They might have changed it, but all the premises, this shit's all been done before.
They took better scenes and de-evolved them into
shit.
There
is nothing in this movie that is, in my opinion, original.
Yeah.
Even the pipe in the head thing's been done somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, it has.
Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, Jason had a machete in his head and fell the fuck down when it cut his head in half. But this guy here is just,
Yeah, and so, what's his face? Blondie.
What's his face? It's like, who gives a flying fuck at this point? You know.
So you find out that the nurse, who's played by Dee Wallace, by the way, of Critters, Howling, and
E.T. Mom.
E.T. Mom, yes.
Hot E.T. Mom.
She's the nurse.
She was MILF Kitty.
She's a nurse who's keeping the dude inside, and they are able to. So it's Blondie, Kato Kalin, and Spork are able to escape while the nurse burns the spirit of the guy, because she's a spirit, but somehow is able to pick up a match.
Well, because he'd broken into this plane of existence, and she lit him on fire somehow, and by burning him, a big explosion happens, and bam, they're both back in spirit world, back in the hospital in its original form with the stupid, bright, ridiculous lights coming through the window, and she's like,
my God.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, blah, 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 and she goes, Not on my watch, motherfucker. Click. End of movie. Thank Jesus.
Look, we are paranormal investigators.
Yes.
And we understand that movies have to take liberties. And I get that. We get that it's not an exact science, but the rules they made up for this shit are some of the most convoluted, ridiculous fucking rules I have ever seen in a ghost movie. And they don't even fucking really follow them, it looks like. It just seems like they just kind of make it up as they go along, and then they forget to what they made up beforehand.
It's a real bag of dicks.
I mean, it is
fucking sorry shit.
Like, you know, and it has some funny moments.
But
it has some funny moments in there.
Yep.
It's got gore.
It does have gore.
It's got practical effects. That dog was a practical puppet. That was pretty cool.
That was killer Muppet dog.
Killer Muppet dog. Lots of blood in there. There's actual ghosts. Like, you see actual ghosts and shit. It's not like, you know, that last movie we saw where we didn't see any fucking thing. But it's 90 minutes. It's way too fucking long.
It's way too long. They could have cut about 15 minutes out of this because there was a lot of long stretches with useless
nonsense.
dialogue or just dead space, and they're just walking around.
I mean, they probably should have made it an hour-long movie.
It's almost like they told them, hey, just walk around here for 10 minutes. You know, we need filler time. Just walk around 10 minutes. You know, open a door, poke your hand through. Oh, and we can't forget about the glory hole in the wall.
Oh, the glory hole. The glory hole of death.
They kept showing this fucking hole in the wall.
This big... like fucking 6-inch hole in the wall. Somebody.
Now this had happened earlier, of course. Movie had already ended, but we're gonna go back just a little bit because there's a stupid ass hole in the wall, and they kept obsessing with it. So I'm like, you go into a creepy, broke down, infested ass old hospital, and you see a hole in the wall. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna put my hand through it.
Put my dick in it.
Well, that's when Blondie did it. He ended up on the other side of the wall, and it's fucking. It's drywall.
Yeah, it's drywall, but he couldn't get out.
This low forehead, useless individual couldn't get his ass out of a drywall room.
He literally
could practically walk through it.
He literally is. He is one of those that could not punch his way out of a wet paper bag.
But then that was another half decent effect. The burnt girl.
Yeah, so that room ends up being the room where the man burnt the little girl, and her body is still in there, and so but it's locked except for this glory hole. And once they figured out how to unlock it, and again, doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well, they tore the wall apart.
Right, but the blonde lady had keys.
That's true.
She found the keys that the nurse had thrown her or some shit, whatever. Anyway, she unlocked it. Once she did, it released the spirit of the girl, even though spirits aren't.
Because then it showed her in her little red dress, and then she smiled, and poof, gone or some shit.
But spirits aren't bound by fucking brick,
drywall,
materials.
And there was a glory hole. She could have squeezed through it.
Yeah, it was definitely big enough for her little ass to get in there, get out of there, and but that also leads to another funny scene where the useless motherfucker, the Michael Pere wuss guy, he's standing there.
I love it.
And like he starts like feeling something on his head, and he goes to feel his head, and like he sees that he's starting to melt, and he's freaking out because he realizes I guess I'm a ghost and they got me sometime. I don't know what happened. I don't know. And then, but the funny part is, he then gets really mad, and for some reason, because he's mad, he goes to punch the wall.
Yeah.
When he punches the wall, his fucking hand explodes. It's the funniest fucking thing in the movie.
It's like, Jesus.
And just bam, he just fucking explodes. And so, of course, they shoot his ass, and he explodes, because that's
he's already
that's
fucked
what
up.
the ghosts do.
He's a thing, so they waste him.
They waste him, yeah.
Okay,
so what's your final review,
the shit
James?
pile's over. Like I said, I just want to wish everybody a happy Halloween. Have fun this year.
Be safe.
Be safe. Watch this movie if you want to. Acting sucked.
Okay.
I mean, was it great? No. There were a few decently delivered lines. It wasn't the worst acting I've seen by far.
Okay.
It's going to take a while before we get worse than Cube, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Script was I'm going to call it plagiarized.
Okay.
Because, well, maybe not the lines themselves.
The story
but
itself.
The story I would say was more plagiarized.
Yeah.
In my opinion, because of the fact that it had so many similarities to other horror movies, and I cannot stand horror movies that piggyback on greatness.
Yeah.
To try to make a fast buck. Just because you wrap it up in a different wrapper and call it something else doesn't mean shit.
I completely agree with that.
This ain't Dr. Pibb, this is Mr. Pibb, motherfucker,
God.
Shit like that. The practical effects, not great.
There were a lot of also digital effects that just looked really bad. I mean, it's 2005,
so it's middle of the road.
So, yeah.
So overall, this is not the worst movie we've reviewed.
No, it's not.
I will say that. At least it did have some death.
Yep.
Although seriously predictable. Nothing really scary about it. Fun to watch? Meh.
Yeah.
Not really.
No.
But, somebody might like it. I just didn't enjoy it that much. Would I watch it again? Probably not. So I'm probably going with a 4 turd.
All right, 4 turd.
A heavy 4 turd. I'm not going to go 5 because if I ever had to sit through this and watch it with friends and rip on it or something like that, I could probably do that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm definitely going 4 turds. That's where you want to share it with people you don't like.
Bring it out on special occasions when you want someone gone from your house.
That's right. Oh, check this out. No, I think I got to go, man. I literally fell asleep.
Yes, you did.
A couple of times.
Yes,
I kind of nodded down for a couple minutes at a whack. I'm like, oh, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
During the slower parts.
You could have fallen asleep for like half an hour and you wouldn't have missed shit.
Wouldn't have missed a fucking
Not
thing.
a fucking
I'd have
thing.
woke up.
No.
What happened? Nothing.
Nothing. They're still on the 3rd goddamn floor, so you didn't miss shit.
Well, that's all good. Anyway, That's my rundown. 4 turds.
4 turds. I pretty much agree with you on all of your different points. I think this movie had some redeeming factors as far as some of the parts were funny even when they weren't supposed to be.
Yeah.
But I am gonna have to go 5 on this.
Oh damn!
Yeah, this one is a watch it once and then forget
It's
it.
a
And
pica de la mater.
once we're done recording this, I'm gonna go bash my head in the wall so I can forget about it because it was painful
Yes.
to sit through, and an hour and a half felt like fucking 3 hours. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, it was.
Normally when we do these, like when we're watching, I'll kind of like scroll over and look at the time and be like, oh man, half the time's already passed. The movie's already halfway over. That's cool. I did it like 3 times. Every time I looked over, I swear it was only like 20 fucking minutes in.
And
I
you're
was
like, we still got 30
fuck,
minutes
we
of
still got
this
an
shit.
Hour of this shit. We still got half an hour of this shit. Fuck this. Can
And
we just...
it wouldn't have been so horrible if they changed up.
This is the first movie you've ever asked if there's a way we can put it on double speed.
That's right. I say, can we play it on double speed
Double
where we can
speed.
still hear the dialogue? It'd be like Alvin and the Chipmunks
We can still
in
hear
a
it.
haunted hospital.
Because
But
that's how bad you want to get through this fucker.
I wanted to get through it after halfway because it like you said, it started out with a little bit of promise. I mean, we know this is a low-grade horror movie anyway.
Yeah.
It started out with a certain degree of promise, but it skewed badly,
I
and it lost its appeal. to me.
actually considered just stopping the movie at about an hour in and saying, let's just fucking fake it our way through. Because I was at the point I could not take a half hour more of this bullshit.
Okay, well, with that all being said, I'd like to thank Nikki again for recommending this movie. You picked a winner, darling, because this one was a real turd
It was
fest.
a piece of shit.
Thank you so much. Folks, Nikki's a great gal. You can find her on Instagram at whisper_MA_phone. She's very cool. She loves horror, so if you're into horror and you want to talk to somebody real cool, she's a real good person.
All right, James.
That being said,
where can they find us?
they can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram, and you can find us on Twitter.
All right.
Now, when you go to search on Twitter and Instagram, you have to put the underscore between the words for a faster search, but we should come up under What the Suck no matter where you search. We are on the Buzzsprout app now.
Yep.
And that actually puts us out on almost every podcast platform there is.
Yep.
Our big main ones, of course, are CastBox,
iTunes,
Spotify,
Spotify,
iTunes,
yeah.
shit like that. So
And then
go
we
out
can
there.
also find James at...
I'm on Facebook, James E. Bishop III.
Okay.
And you can find me on Instagram at James Bishop III.
All right.
It's
Yeah.
supposed to be 3, but it's 3 eyes. So,
Yeah. So
And-
go
and
follow him, and you can see all of his adventures.
follow me, interact, talk to me,
goes
see how
to,
things are going. Take a peek into my life,
He goes on vacation a lot, so you can see all the cool vacation photos that he takes when he's out in Colorado.
Yep.
And all his fun adventures. And then you can follow us on the What to Suck, and then don't look for me because I won't add your ass. So
Nope,
stay the fuck away.
Chris is out. He's a social media hating sumbitch.
I am. I fucking hate it. But otherwise, yeah, guys, have a happy Halloween. Be safe
Absolutely.
out there.
Be safe. Have fun. Go trick or treating. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. Just don't hurt anybody.
Nope. don't be back snatching, motherfuckers. That shit is not
That's
cool. That shit is not cool. That is fucked up.
don't be jacking toddlers for no pumpkins.
Hey, don't back. I got back snatched when I was 25. Don't back snatch anybody, okay?
I love that.
That shit is not cool. All right, that shit is fucked up. I was
Oh
mad.
shit!
I had a whole bag of candy and some fucker on a bike took it.
Jesus.
Anyway.
25 years old.
That's right, fucking asshole.
Got jacked. Oh
I
well.
did. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks again for listening to the Halloween special. We're gonna do another one for Christmas, so be on the lookout for that.
And be ready. Season 2 is coming. Enjoy this little filler, and we will see you guys in a few weeks.
All right, guys. I'm Chris, and if that's your line. I'm Chris, and we'll see y'all at the next Suckfest.
Yeah, and I'm James, and if it ain't on What the Suck, it ain't shit.